It's interesting. AI, as advanced as it is, makes mistakes. But if you catch it and you correct it, it may just admit it. Just now, that happened to me. I was using the Brave AI for the search engine to research about proper measurement of the decibels of a computer fan, and it made a statement that was blatantly false. The statement, and I'll quote it here, is it's important to understand that the decibel scale is logarithmic, meaning an increase of only 3 decibels will effectively double the intensity of the noise. I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but in its entirety, but I do know that it's a logarithmic scale. To continue, for instance, a fan that is 81 decibels at a distance of 15 feet will sound twice as loud as a fan that is 84 decibels at the same distance. And that is absolutely false. It would be the 84 decibel fan that is louder, not the 81 decibel fan. So I told the AI that. I said the second paragraph is incorrect. The 84 decibel fan will sound louder, not the 81 decibel. And it responded saying, "You are correct, and I apologize for the mistake. Let's clarify. An increase of 3 decibels in sound level corresponds to a doubling of the sound intensity, but it does not necessarily mean the sound is perceived as twice as loud. The human ear perceives sound on a logarithmic scale, so a 3 decibel increase is generally perceived as a slight increase in loudness. To correct the example, a fan at 84 decibels will sound slightly louder than a fan at 81 decibels, not the other way around," which is quite different from saying twice as loud. Thank you for pointing out the error. Here is the revised paragraph. It's important to understand that the decibel scale is logarithmic, meaning an increase of only 3 decibels will effectively double the intensity of the noise. For instance, a fan that is 81 decibels at a distance of 15 feet will sound slightly less loud than a fan that is 84 decibels at the same distance. So how did it go from slightly less loud to double? See, I still have a problem with what the AI has done, and now I'm wondering which was more correct, to say double or to say slightly. And that is not a question I can answer because I am not an expert in decibels. But it is interesting. So I just wanted to share that with you. I thought it was fascinating that the AI has actually been taught to apologize and then, based on the feedback, make a correction. So I decided to point out to the AI that it had not been clear. I asked, but your correction says, I said, the first time you said the difference is twice as loud, but your correction says slightly. That is a significant difference. Which one is more accurate? And it responded, "You're right to point out the discrepancy. Let me clarify. On the decibel scale, a 3 decibel increase represents a doubling of the sound intensity, but it does not mean the sound is perceived as twice as loud. The human perception of loudness is more complex and generally follows a logarithmic relationship. Here's a more accurate explanation. Intensity versus perception. A 3 decibel increase in sound level corresponds to a doubling of the sound intensity. However, the perceived loudness, how much louder it sounds to the human ear, is only a slight increase. Perceived loudness. For the human ear, a 10 decibel increase is generally perceived as roughly twice as loud. Therefore, a 3 decibel increase is noticeable but not perceived as a doubling of loudness." Now, we are talking about dBA here, or decibel A. We're not talking about decibel C or dBc. To correct the example, a fan at 84 decibels will sound slightly louder than a fan at 81 decibels. The intensity is doubled, but the perceived loudness is only a slight increase. And then it goes on to give the full paragraph yet again. So that is really, really fascinating. Thanks for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Need to ask for your help. I'm sorry. On December 11th, 2024, Amazon terminated me and used false accusations against me. And on December 17th, I had my left shoulder operated on. I'm getting a lot better. I can do some things with my hand, and my arm, but it's still pretty limited. If you could please help me out by liking, subscribing, sharing, commenting, and turning on notifications for my channels, that would really help. If you want to help me financially and you can afford to, you can go to my Glenn's Fast Reviews and you can do a super thanks as a donation there. If you want to donate on a monthly basis, you can become a member there, and or you can go to patreon.com/GLENNMII. So thank you for that. Also, I'd like to say thank you to bleepingcomputer.com for allowing me to post messages on their forum about my videos. Thank you so much. And don't forget to visit them. They offer a lot of wonderful resources for people who are using computers. Have a wonderful day. Thank you.